Being an author is being in charge of your own personal insane asylum. Hi, it is NaNoWriMo day 25, and today the word count goal is 41,666 words. I am at 41,319 words, so I am not quite there yet. I'm gonna get there. I really have like zero doubt that I'm going to win NaNoWriMo. I want it and I'm excited about it, and I have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday off of work, which means there are only 4 things I need to do on those days, and that is eat, sleep, vlog, and write. And it is just gonna be freaking awesome. Yes, I'm very excited. I'm not like super excited in this particular moment because I'm exhausted. Not even a double shot can perk me up, which is 100% truth because I had a double shot earlier today and it didn't really perk me up. However, I highly suspect that my double shot did not have 5 shots in it. It was very milked down. Starbucks, I'm looking at you. So even if I am a little bit behind today, I have total faith in myself that I can pull up and win NaNoWriMo. Not unlike these 9 awesome people. There are 9 of them. You guys spent your weekend writing. A lot of you guys are starting to win now, and I feel like a lot of you will be winning in the next couple days. So I'm so proud of all of you, and you're all doing amazing. And if you haven't won yet, then just keep it up because you can get there, and I know you can get there, and it'll be awesome. Just trust me. I'm a professional. But anyways, thanks to these super awesome, fantastic people, I get 9 pieces of candy today. Ooh, ooh. So today my topic has to do with what happens when you run out of story but you have not yet reached 50,000 words. Well, first you panic. Second, you calm yourself down and you listen to my advice. The 1 year of NaNoWriMo that I lost in 2010, we don't speak often of it because it was bad. I lost because I hit like 30,000 words and it was pretty much the end of my story. And I was like, screw this, screw NaNoWriMo, screw this stupid story, stupiding everything up. I could have gone back and I could have fleshed out the scenes more, added more description and details and stuff like that, but I didn't. I just quit. I wasn't really involved in like the awesomeness of the NaNoWriMo community then, so I didn't have anyone who would like give me an ass kicking and keep me going. So I just backed out quietly, and I felt bad for a long time afterwards. I still feel bad. Don't lose NaNoWriMo, you'll feel bad. Kat gives great advice. Especially now that so many people are nearing the end of NaNoWriMo and the ends of their stories, and 50,000 words and story finish might not coincide. Like, some of your stories might be prematurely finishing. Don't worry, it happens to everyone. Maybe that double shot is working a little bit. First, I want to say that you don't want to just like add nonsense to your story for the sake of getting to 50,000 words. Because yes, NaNoWriMo is about getting to 50,000 words, but if you're filling it with sentences like, I really want to go there, just for the sake of like having a high word count, then that's not, you're not actually winning NaNoWriMo. I mean, you're technically winning NaNoWriMo. You're writing 50,000 words in a month, but when you have to delete 80% of a sentence for the sentence to be like an actual sentence, you don't want that. You absolutely want to reach 50K, and you aren't going to write every sentence brilliantly and wonderfully and perfectly. A lot of what you write is probably going to be scrapped, but the process of writing it is still going to be helpful to you, and that is what you want. Writing a sentence with 10 reallys in the middle of it is not helping you in any way, whereas writing a paragraph of description Even if you end up cutting most of that paragraph, it still helps you. It helps you get like a better picture for the scene or the character, and the information in that paragraph is still like applied to your story, even if all the words aren't. It's about getting useful words. And I have a couple of tips that might help you do that. Tip number 1, like I just mentioned, is to go back and add descriptions for everything. Every character, every time you introduce a new character, go back to where they are in the story and write a paragraph, just info dump, word dump about that character, about that location, about that specific important object in your story. Thing number 2, beef up skimpy scenes. You know they're in your story somewhere. Scenes where you're like, something cool happens here, where you write brackets and you're like, kick-ass battle scene happens here. Go back and flesh those out a little bit. Tip number 3 is to even it all out. If you have 30 chapters and you still have 10,000 words to write, take that 10,000 words and divide it over your 30 chapters. When you only have to add like 300-ish words to each chapter, just go back and do that. Add little bits of description, add a little bit more dialogue, add a little bit to each chapter, and it will add up. Thing number 4 you can do is to add a big setback to your story. Now this will vary depending on your story, but my typical suggestions are that someone gets lost and you have to find them. Someone gets kidnapped and you have to rescue them. The heroes, the lovers, the whatevers get separated and they have to go through like a whole big reunion thing before they can get back together and end the story. Or if you're writing something a little bit more magical, give everyone amnesia. Pull a tabula rasa on their asses and make them forget who they are and have them like go through that whole big ordeal of figuring it out again before they can move forward. Thing number 5 is to add some kind of running gag or adopt a dare from the NaNoWriMo forums, like a character who is always forgetting his belongings and has to backtrack and go get them, and then just go through your novel and, you know, every time that character is going from one place to another, add this little running gag in. And finally, thing number 6 is to get creative. Add a prologue or an epilogue. Add journal entries from your point of view character in between each chapter. Add scenes from the villain's point of view. Add scenes from a different character's point of view. Even if you decide not to use these scenes, they will still be valuable to you in giving you more information and more insight about these characters and their points of view. Anyways, that is my advice for you today in what to do when you're running out of story but you still need to write more words. I hope it was a little bit helpful. And now we come to the part of the vlog where I read story to you. Today's story is from Emily, known as Miss Emmify, I hope I'm saying that right, here on the YouTubes and the Twitters. And this is her least favorite line. The salon looks like it was designed by strawberry shortcake obsessed 2-year-olds. The wallpaper is pink with stripes and I can't find a single piece of furniture that isn't the same shade as Barbie-themed birthday party favors. Hi! Welcome to Sharona's Sassy Salon. How can we fabulize you today? The employee at the desk is a woman, probably in her mid-20s. The single blue streak in her hair tells me that, yeah, she's a rebel, but controlled. And for her favorite line, we have this. I am not a relative term, I said, bending my neck to look up at the sky. I suddenly couldn't stop myself from wanting to see it, wanting to see all of it, the hidden obscurities and distant mysteries. At this point, I didn't know if I was still talking about space anymore. Yes, you are, she said firmly. We all are. I turned away from the sky to look at her. Her hair was a mess, with strands falling out of what looked like a once elaborate updo. Pieces were matted, and the overall effect was something like a mental patient. You look like shit, I said. That's not a very nice thing to say. She didn't look offended, though. Neither is calling the entire human race a relative term, I said, perking my eyebrows up. Yes, but the entire human race isn't here to get upset about it. So, there you have it. Thank you, Emily, for volunteering your story for me to read, and thank you to the other people who volunteered story for me to read, which I will be doing over the next couple of days. Anyways, that is everything I have for you today. I hope you have a lovely night. Get those words done, get them done, and I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye!